Hi and welcome back to my channel, and for now I'll be introducing to you the SIC Volume 50 Masked Rider Kiva. I personally think that for SIC Kiva, it really represents the SIC line because of the amount of die-cast metal that it has in this figure. So without further ado, I will now show you the figure in a brief introduction. Personally, I like this figure a lot myself very much because of the amount of die-cast metal that it has on the figure itself. Moving on to the tray, when I was doing the unboxing for Kiva, I realized there were 3 pieces of transparent plastic sheets. The purpose of these 3 plastic sheets is actually to prevent the figure's die-cast metal from oxidizing, as well as to protect it from scratches during transportation. I would say that Bandai really did a good job here in packaging this figure. Now let's take a closer look at the tray. All first release of SIC Kiva comes with the metal Kiva. And above we have are the 6 fusels, or you call it the fusels accessories, and also an additional Kiva. So there's actually 2 kinds of Kivats. One actually is on the belt, and the other one is that Kiva you see over there. And on the top over here we have the violin that Wataru plays in the show, which you can use it to pose with the Kiva. Over at the other side you can see there are 2 red color translucent wings. These are actually for Kamen Rider Kiva to do his final attack, which is wake up. So you can actually attach it to his right leg. And at the bottom we have the standard hand accessories. So let's move on to the figure itself. The figure itself is a very nice figure because there's a lot of die-cast as mentioned earlier, and also as well as there's a lot of gimmick to this figure. So one disadvantage about this figure is that because of the amount of die-cast metal that it contains, this figure actually can oxidize very easily, so you have to take special care of this figure. So let's take a closer look at Kiva's head. This sculpt was actually done very beautifully because of the design that it comes in. Originally for this Kiva, actually its up is only all the way until here, but for this SIC, it actually designed all the way to the back. This gives the SIC feel towards this Kiva, so I would say this is an additional point towards this figure. So let's move on to the shoulder pads. Not only are the shoulder pads made of die-cast metal, SIC actually included a metal chain that straps onto the shoulder pad itself. Next, let's look at the waist area. The waist area is very flexible. This is because to allow you to pose with Kiva's final attack. Over here at Kiva's belt, you can see that Kiva's mouth actually opens. This is for you to insert the different fusels into Kiva's mouth to do the different gimmicks. If you notice, the color of these different fusels are actually very show accurate. Over at the next side, you can notice that there is a Tatsulot fusel here, which Kiva uses in the show to henshin into Kiva Emperor form. Moving on to the knee joint, if you notice, the knee pad is actually made of die-cast metal. But one bad disadvantage about this is that it actually restricts the movement of the knee. The angle is not right there because the knee joint is actually obstructed by the knee pad, which was embedded inside the knee joint area. The next thing that I want to show you is the most important gimmick of this figure. The cover of this part of the leg is made up of die-cast metal. In the first episode of the TV series, Kiva first inserts the red fusel into Kiva's mouth, and Kiva will activate and shout, "Wake up!" and followed by taking off the cover that is covering the right leg of Kiva for him to lay out punishment for the fungi. And taken that into account, SIC has also included this gimmick so that you can imitate the whole final attack process. I will now demonstrate how you can take off the chain and followed by the metal that is covering Kiva's leg. Note that you have to be very careful when taking out the metal cover because you might scratch the plastic surface of his leg if you are not careful. You can see that the details at the shin area are stunningly beautiful. I apologize that I will not be showing the accessory that will be attached to its leg, because the wing accessory is broken. Last but not least, the details at the back of Kiva is also beautifully done. Overall, I'm very happy that SIC did a very good job on this figure. As mentioned earlier, I think that Kiva really represents the SIC line the most, because of the amount of die-cast metal that the figure has. There are SIC collectors out there that actually shun away from collecting the Kiva series line. This is because of his final form, Kiva Emperor, as you can see at the background where I am pointing. Kiva Emperor form is Tamashii Web Shoten limited release figure. For those veteran SIC collectors, the pre-order price was already very huge. Not to mention the market price right now of Kiva Emperor is above 150 Sing dollars. But if you are a Kiva fan, unless you find the minor restricted knee joint a problem, I would strongly recommend for you to get this figure. I hope this review has bring to you a clearer viewpoint of the SIC Kiva figure. If you would like me to review on any other figures, do leave your request under the comments section and I will try my best to fulfill your request. I have seen the comment by one of my viewer for the request of SIC Volume 20 Agito Burning and Shining Form and another Agito, but unfortunately I do not have the box anymore. Therefore I will search in the market and buy another set to review this volume in the near future. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.